It's tabletop time! I'm Dave.
I'm Jazza.
And today we are playing a battle in the world of Age of Sigmar.
This is my first full battle, but we did a little primer on our mini club over on Patreon, so go check that out. If you're new to Age of Sigmar like I am, it was very helpful. Dave's a great teacher and I tested him, which is good. And we've already just started brainstorming about what we want to start doing. We want this to be sort of an episode 1. It's going to be the beginning of a longer term campaign. We're going to create characters and we'll have some for this game that we'll start to role play, but we're going to really have a lot of fun integrating role play, table terrain and figure building and painting and campaigns. Right now, if you join the mini club, we're also doing monthly mini reviews where we review your minis. We take your questions to help you in your journey wherever you are in the process, and also put out votes for future games, objectives, all that good stuff. So go check it out on Patreon. The link's in the description. I'm so pumped for episode 1.
So we will open our campaign with this narrow pass and the fates of many mortals who rest upon the outcome of this battle. For we have the ORRUKS warlord, Brag.
He shouts his own name. He wants people to know.
Who has recently grown in power and is pushing out of the fetid swamps on this fringe area of the realm of Haish, or the realm of light. Now, if this pass is taken, him and his warhost will be able to push in and attack fairly defenseless farmlands in this temperate plain in Haish, where mortal folk have resettled after the forces of chaos have been pushed back. But the prayers of the devout to Sigmar have been heard, and led by Lord Imperator Kulan, a small storm host has been dispatched from their keep. And this is the beginnings of my forces of the Twilight Sentinels. They'll be coming out to stop you from taking the pass. There are 2 objectives. These objectives are these towers. We have watchtowers that represent holding the pass. Standard rules for holding objectives in Age of Sigmar is the more models that are within 6 inches, you hold the objective. If you have more than your opponent, we are going to keep that rule for this, except only on the higher elevation. The first thing that must be done is we must roll off to determine who goes first. Actually, who deploys first?
Me!
So you start deploying first. You deploy 1 unit from your army within 12 inches of the edge of the battlefield.
I want to place a blob of 20.
You're gonna go 20?
Yep.
Cool. Lord Imperator Kulan will deploy as the linchpin of my battle. He will just stand there. Now you deploy a unit.
Time for Brag!
Well, seeing that makes me definitely want to put my bodyguards right in front of Kulan. He doesn't go anywhere without his loyal praetors.
So next, I'm going to place my man-skewer bolt boys.
I will deploy my banner as part of this linchpin organization.
I think next it's time for my killer boss.
Oof, yes. Well, I'm going to deploy my Knight Arcanum. This is like, I've deployed sort of the high command of this little group. They've got the banner bearer, the characters are all together.
So it's time for my killer boss to be accompanied by his gut rippers.
Nice. I love a good gut rip.
Oh, you will. You won't actually. I'm trying to be encouraging, but I'm gonna rip that gut.
We will stop you, fetid orcs, or die trying. And even if we die trying, we'll come back and stop you.
Just means we get endless meals at the buffet.
I know, there's no meals where we die, just lightning. I'm going to deploy my Annihilators. I'm going to deploy them in High Azir. Your turn.
That's a thing you do.
So one of my command ability rules is for every unit I've deployed on the table, I can deploy a unit in the heavens, and they strike down onto the battlefield wherever I want later in the game.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put my Mernob next to this big clan over here.
I'm going to deploy a squad of Vindictors. This squad of Vindictors with a lot of bear heads, and I'm going to deploy them in High Azir.
You bastard in your High Azir. Get off your High Azir horse. Well, my Swamp Killer Shaman is never seen anywhere but beside Brag. And
Love it.
He is a little friend who makes his little concoctions. They work as a team.
There's this squad of Vindictors, you'll never see them anywhere except for High Azir, so that's where they'll be staying. Have you deployed all your units?
I have deployed.
Well, you finished deploying before me, which means you get to pick if you're going first or not.
I don't think we have manners. I think Bragg and his people are going to charge through.
So I get 3 command points and you get 2. So you pick a hero, you can pick any of them.
Bragg!
So on a 4-up, he gets a free command ability to use this turn. He does. I get a 3, so I don't have that effect. All right, sir. Hero phase. So you can attempt to cast the Mist, which gives you +1 to charges and -1 to my charges for the game turn.
I'm going to do that.
Okay, so this is a spell. It has a casting value of 7. So that means whenever a spell is cast, you roll 2 dice, and you need to get equal to or more than the casting value. So you get 8.
So I cast a Mist.
Now, I can attempt to unbind that if I am within unbinding range, which I am. So I need to roll higher than your roll. I roll a 12. So my wizard basically snatches your spell out of the air and just disperses it.
Oh, I'm pissed now.
It is the opening of the movement phase.
Charge.
So you can attempt to run, or you can move.
Run.
So you pick a unit, and if you're running, you roll a dice and add that to their movement. And you have a command ability you can use which maxes that to 6.
Okay, I will use that command ability.
On which unit? Because it's per unit.
Okay, I'm going to use that on my little
Grots, and you're going to use at the double and make it a 6 to run.
So I'm using my...
Free one? Yep.
5 plus 6 is 11, so they can move a fair amount. Okay, cool. So basically, up to about that far.
But any climbsies, you got to climb the vertical.
Oh yeah.
So you're going to be able to go up this slope. I'll let you measure. We'll measure diagonally up the slopes because that makes sense. But if you have to climb, you're going to lose movement. And your next unit.
I'm going to move these.
They are your ranged combatants.
Oh wait, I don't have to. You're probably in range. I think you're just in range.
Oh, just in range. So you can shoot them with your bolts.
I am going to run.
Okay. So roll a dice. The tactical.
4.
Run your snipers towards the enemy play. I like it. Oh, you're going to run back.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just deploy back there?
Because this is my first game, Dave.
Yeah, I'm going to shut up. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bully you on that.
These guys, same. I'm going to run, but I'm going to use one of my command points. I get
5.
Okay, cool.
So 10 inches total.
We're being very sneaky. We go up and round the sides, they won't expect this.
Sir, there are ORRUKS on the left rise as well as the right. We'll bring hell down on them from High Azir.
What to do with Bragg? Bragg's going to have more movement because he's on a big fella. I'll roll for
You're
that.
running 13 inches.
Ooh, I like that look. Now, actually, my motivation, as much as I want to kill you guys, I've just got to hold these things.
Yeah.
I'm just getting my victory points. I want my shaman to stay near this troop here because he's going to empower them with his abilities. That is my movement phase done.
Shooting phase. Everything ran, so it can't shoot.
Yep.
Charge phase. Things ran, can't charge.
Yep.
End of your turn.
Movement and charge phase are different.
Yeah.
That's what, because charge comes later. Okay. I just thought it was part of movement. I'm good. Okay, cool. All right, it's your turn, sir.
So, we do our hero abilities. So that's the heroic calling. So I'm going to do the one to see if I get a free command point using my banner guy. I got a 2, so I do not.
Do I do the same?
You can if you want to.
I want to.
You do not get a free command point.
Nope.
Okay, so hero phase. I'm going to cast a spell. Blade of the Heavens. So I roll 2 dice and the casting value is 7. I fail. She fizzles and her spell does nothing.
You getting nervous under pressure then?
You love sassing me.
Aren't you the Twilight Warriors? Mm-hmm. Do you sparkle when you're in the sun? When you take your shirt off? Is that what you are you?
I'm gonna kill some orcs.
I shall deploy my annihilators.
Roll a dice for each enemy unit within 10 inches. On a 3-up, they take D3 mortal wounds. That is definitely your bolt boys. So, on a 3-up, they take D3 mortal wounds. Guess what? 10 inches. Your shaman, 3-up.
Are you doing it per troop?
That's, yep.
Are you freaking
So
kidding
that was
me?
a 3. And
This is a once per game.
Once per game. And 3 mortal wounds. He takes 2 mortal wounds.
No!
I believe your squad of boys is also definitely in.
Yep.
So on a 3-up, that's a
3.
3. For Sigmar! Now it's the shooting phase. I'm going to command him to +1 to hit. So he gets 1 for free every turn. So I get 4 shots, hitting on 3s, which is now 2s. Roll a 1, so 3 hits.
I
free
can use
command
1
point.
to reduce wounds though, right?
You can get
Saves.
+1 to your saves, yeah.
I'm using that.
3 wounds at -1, which you counted, so you just get your full save.
Yeah.
Two,
So 5 plus
three
save.
5-ups. 1 passed. And then we go to the charge phase. And I'm going to declare a charge with my annihilators into your bolt boys. I take out your ranged combat from your back line. I get a 10.
Didn't even get to make a bloody shot, you bastard.
I'm going to attempt to charge you with my spearman too. Charge your grots. I get 5 inches, which is a failed charge.
Okay.
However, I will spend a command point to re-roll a charge, which is one of the command abilities. It's a 9. I landed 9 inches away, so at least some of them are going to get in. We go to combat. I choose a unit to activate with first, and then activate with them, and you then activate one, and then I activate one.
Okay.
So I'm going to activate these dudes first, and I'm going to give them +1 to hit using a command point. So I go to 1 command point. Would you like to use or save your final command point?
I would like to use it.
So you're going to give yourself +1 armor?
Yeah.
Hitting on 2s.
Oh! Ow! Fuck!
5 dead grods, and then I need 3s to wound. I score 3 more wounds at -1 rend, which you +1, so 3 6-up saves you're looking for.
I'm really glad I spent that command point.
When I got the 5 6s.
So I gotta just try and get 3 6s. And I got none. So it was a waste of a command point. 3 more are dead.
Now you get to choose which to activate. Good, yes, I love it. Because we talked about that. My guys have already fought. So if you activate these guys, well then I'll activate them and kill them.
Yeah.
Whereas these can't do any more damage to you.
Yeah. So by using these guys, they're gone, but at least they get a shot, right?
Hell yeah.
That's 2 mortal wounds.
2 mortal wounds on their little knives. Okay, so I just take 2 wounds. There's nothing I can do about that. Now you get 1 dice to roll.
Okay.
And you need a 4.
No.
Well, they did 2 mortal wounds out of them, was a lot more than I'd expect.
Yeah.
You cannot think you've insulted Sigmar and live to tell the tale. Come!
3 ups.
Oh!
Still?
Stop that!
And then 3
I
ups.
changed my mind. I want to collect Stormcast. That was awful. Are they all a miss? You didn't. You got
1 wound from 10 attacks from the elitist unit in my army.
So one of them is dead.
Oh, they get to attack.
Yes.
These guys haven't stabbed.
Yeah, no, they haven't.
So before you get to stab, you can make a 3-inch pile-in move. So every one of your grots can move.
Pile in, baby.
Take this, Sigmar!
6 wounds. It's not looking good for you girls. What did I say? Remember I said?
You are terrible at armor saves.
Only at armor saves. It's my curse thing. So I lose 4 wounds. 2 Stormcast Eternals are dead.
Yes!
As they die, they explode into a blast of azure lightning. And I roll dice equal to the number of wounds +1 as their Thunderstrike. And any 6s deal mortal wounds. So 2 mortal wounds on your squad of grots.
So I have to do a battle shock test, right?
You do. You roll a single dice and you add it to the bravery of your unit.
4 bravery. So that's.
Are you going to keep or re-roll the 4?
I'm going to re-roll. Yay!
Much
1.
better. So 7 flee. It feels bad to have suffered from that, but it's a good lesson to, I think, how your army is meant to work.
Yeah.
Because your box comes with 2 of the war boss guys. I think the idea is that you want to keep 1 with the grots, because his ability means that when they fail a battle shock, only 1 runs away no matter what.
Okay.
I do have to take a battle shock too.
Go on.
I got a 1, so my guys don't run. And your bolt boys.
Bravery 5. 6. He's gone. So you've cleared half the map, but I killed 2
2
people
Stormcast Eternals.
and scratched his armor. So
No, he's almost dead. He's got 1 wound left.
heavily scratched.
Heavily, deeply gouged even. And then we go into game turn 2.
Okay.
How are you feeling now, ORRUK War Chief?
I still have the upper hand.
That's not true. Hang on. I've got to think of a clever response.
Shit.
All right, now we roll up to see who goes first in the second battle round. I got a 5.
2.
A 2. So I can pick. So I can go again. So I can double turn you. It's the most demoralizing thing that can happen in a game of Age of Sigmar.
This is a game of Age of Sigmar.
If there's any time it's fitting for the Stormcast Eternals to catch you by surprise and strike back, it's the first attack.
Yeah.
I've got the element of surprise, and I'm going to use that sweet double turn. So I get 2 command points. You get 3 this time. I'm going to attempt for the heroic leadership. I fail.
I'll do the same.
So, hero phase, I am going to cast a juicy spell. I cast it on my Praetors. It gives them +1 to their saves. Casting value is 5. I rolled a 7. You can attempt to unbind it with your wizard.
I'm going to attempt to do that.
You need to beat 7. You do not. So, I have +1 armor on these Praetors. I'm worried about this big boy, but I got to take the brunt of it, don't I?
Now it is the shooting phase.
I'm going to shoot with my Lord Imperator. I'm going to try and start softening up your boss. And I get 5 attacks.
Time to taste Sigmar's wrath.
Everything I want to taste is your face on my dinner plate.
Apparently that made him slightly nervous because he missed 2 of his shots. I get 1 wound at neg 1 rend.
Okay, so 2. So
He takes 1 wound. 9 remaining. All right, now I'm going to charge with my Liberators into your boys.
Try it. You just try it. Wasn't a very good try.
I failed. I'm not going to re-roll it because you can only use command abilities once.
Okay.
And now I'm going to charge with my Annihilators.
Because you really want to get them in.
And if I need the re-roll, I'd rather take that re-roll. 6 inches. So I should have charged with the Annihilators first.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they were closer. I just kill your Shaman. I just like assassinate your models one by one.
Of course you do.
So after this unit makes a charge move, you can pick 1 enemy unit within 1 inch and roll a number of dice equal to the unmodified charge roll for that charge move, which was 6. I'm going to pick this guy that's taken damage. I can do 3 mortal wounds. I'm going to attempt to charge your war boss with my bodyguards.
That was
9 inches.
Take him in Sigmar's name!
That is 7 wounds at -1, but you negate that because you used your command ability. Roll enough 1s and 2s.
7 saves?
7 saves. Surely you'll fail 2 or 3.
Nah. 3 plus save. I failed 3.
2 damage a pop. That's 6 damage.
No.
I was always on Team Jacob anyway.
I'm gonna kill these goddamn orcs!
Mudlads.
You now get to pick.
Hashtag Mudlads for life in the comments.
Have I goaded you into retaliating?
I am so keen to retaliate.
Who are you activating?
I have to think about this.
Okay.
My Shaman, because he's probably going to die.
So you're gonna activate Shaman?
Yeah, I think
so
I
he doesn't
will.
die?
Yeah, we start off with his Bogbart staff.
Okay.
Bogbark
do it.
staff.
Hitting on
2 attacks,
3s.
3s.
Both
2
hit.
hits.
Wounding on
3s. 1 wound.
1 wound. What's the rend?
The rend is -1.
Armor save is 2 up on these guys, so it goes to a 3 up. 4 passed.
Useless.
Now his stabber, his backup stabber.
4 plus to hit.
This is what does
1 hit.
the real damage.
To wound. 4 plus 4. No rend.
Saved.
Good. Great.
I'm gonna activate my Annihilators.
I didn't see that coming.
All right. So now this is
I tried so hard. I turned around and he's like,
2 hits. Wound you on 3s. 1 wound at -1. You need a 6 or he pops. All right, and now I have 6 attacks into your Merc Knob, hitting on 3s. 1 wound at -1.
his save is 4 plus and he's got 6 wounds.
So it's a 5 up.
That's a 4.
-1, so it was a 5 up. You rolled a 4.
I'm going to activate my Hobgrots. 3 on 3. This isn't an even matching, but I have faith. Let's see if the
It's getting
Hobgrots have
dark.
anything going for him.
4 hits.
4 hits.
Wounding on 5s.
That's
2 wounds. You could kill a Stormcast Eternal here.
It would be delightful.
You do not. I'm
was
going to
nice to
activate my Stormcast Eternals. My That's a mortal wound, so that's a dead grot. And then 3s to wound. 3 wounds at -1. You have no armor. They're all dead. Okay. Yep. Here it comes.
Brog is pissed. I'll pick this.
What do you hit on?
3 plus, so I hit 1. And
1 wound, so I take a save.
Yep.
What's the rend?
1, -1.
So my 3 up goes to a 4 up, which then goes back to a 3 up because of magic, and I pass.
Great, cool. But this is the tougher one. 4 attacks. Bit better. 2.
What do you wound
1.
on? -2 this time?
-2.
So 4 up. Well, now you can activate your Merc Knob, which is the best named character on your army.
Boom.
Because they have fancy rules.
No, not really. I don't think so. At the start.
He burps on
combat
things.
phase, roll on a dice. Wait, oh.
We should have done this. At the start of the combat phase, roll a die for each enemy unit within 3 inches of this. On a 1, nothing happens. On a 2 to 5, they suffer a mortal wound. On a 6, the enemy suffers D3 mortal wounds. You could have killed my dude. I'll let you do it now.
Thank you.
A 3, so I take a mortal wound. So this dude is dead. But there's a price for killing my man. They explode into lightning!
Are you being serious?
And on 6s they do mortal wounds, but I rolled none. So now we can go to attacking with 1 less guy to deal with.
Boom! That's 1 hit and 1 wound.
And now you get to activate with your spearman.
Boom! 2 attacks, 1 hit, 4 to hit, 4 to wound, 1 wound. Roll your dice. That was a save.
Saved.
That was well done, sir.
Cool.
And now he disappears into nothing.
So I finally score on the board, and now it is your turn. Your turn too. Jesus, that was a violent
That hurt
double turn.
my soul.
Hero phase. So their finest hour is you pick a friendly hero, add 1 to their wound rolls until the end of the turn, add 1 to the save rolls until the end of the turn.
So all of my rolls,
Wounds and saves, not hits, will be +1.
wounds and saves.
And you could use a command ability on him to get +1 to hit, and then you'd have +1 hit, wound, and save. So you're using his finest hour?
Yes.
I'm going to use heroic leadership on my banner bearer, which is the
Same
the
thing?
4 up,
Oh,
the 4
right.
up thing. I failed, so I don't get my free command.
No? Okay, cool.
All right.
I'm gonna get scrappy. So I'm gonna move.
Oh, you're trying to cut my head off too.
I am now going to charge with my second killer boss into the fight. 2 killer bosses versus these guys. And then I'm gonna charge if I can. down
Them
there.
into the characters.
What can I do to give them an advantage to the charge?
You can use a command point to re-roll the charge, but you do that after charging.
Right,
so who's charging first?
I'm gonna start with these guys.
Yep.
That's
10
a good charge.
inches.
All right, so I've charged in there. Killer boss is gonna charge down here.
So you got to roll, and then
It's my charge.
you're
He
fine.
can go wherever he wants. I'm gonna come around the back.
Nice. And you going combat phase?
Combat, let's do this. Start of the combat phase, I get to burp on you.
Yes. So roll a dice.
I'm gonna burp so hard, you have no fucking idea. Boom. 5. I'm gonna attack with Brog!
I have some not fun news for you.
Oh good, yeah, go. Yep.
So the spell Mystic Shield, the Mystic Shield lasts until my next hero phase. So they still have that spell on them that's giving them +1 to their armor.
Okay.
So
but
it lasts for
I'm
a full
gonna
game
use
turn.
my command point.
To get +1 to hit.
Get +1
and
to
now
hit.
you have +1 to hit, wound, and save. 4
Starting
and 4,
with
right?
the jagged boss sticker.
Yep.
They're all hits.
Yep.
2 and up.
2 up and 2 up is what you're looking for.
That's 4
4 wounds at -1.
Now 4 saves, but you get -1.
At 3 up. 1 failed. How much damage?
2.
All right. This is the
Second attack, 2 plus to hit. Boom.
Yep.
All of them hit. 2 plus to wound. Boom. All of them wound.
-2.
Come
so
on.
these are 4 ups.
Be crap, be crap, be crap, be crap, be crap. Oh, come on. 2.
2 fail. So 4
Times
damage.
4 damage.
And I roll 8 dice for their explosions. And on 6s, you take mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound.
It's down to 2, but at least he got some hard hits in.
I will activate my Lord Imperatant. He's going to use his free command ability on himself to get +1 to hit. 4 hits. 4 wounds, -1 off your armor. 5 up save. So
This
they
one?
have 6 ups now because it's -1. 4 6 up saves.
Okay.
You make
That's 2 saves.
It's 2 damage a pop though, so that's 2 dead orcs because they have 2 wounds each.
I'm going to pile in with my killer boss.
Oh, protecting the boss. So you're gonna let those dudes just get torn to shreds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I like that.
I'm all about the main characters. Boss Hacker, here we go, 4 attacks. Boom!
All hit. So she just goes to 1.
Yep. And then, boom.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
What's the negative?
Oh, there's a rend, 1.
So 3 ups. Save.
Flail time. Boom, 3+, they're both hits. No wounds.
And then the backup stabber.
Prize Shiv, our little
The
fella here.
prize shiv.
This little guy, he's just got his nice little rusty blade. Boom, it's 4+ to hit, so that's 1. Got 4+ to wound, come on. Yes! 6!
I have 2 up armor. Yes! She lives! Knight Vexilor. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. 3 hits. 2 wounds, -1. So 2 6-up saves on your orcs.
Okay. 1 save.
And they do 2 damage each, so that's 1 more dead.
I'm gonna activate my Merc Knob down here.
Yep.
He's gonna pile in
Yep.
and get rid of this last bloody annihilator.
3 hits.
Yeah, +3 wound. There's a rend of 1.
So 3 up saves, because they usually have 2 ups.
Nah!
All 3 save. I must have turned my luck around with the bad saves. This is good. This is a new addition, new
reverse
saves.
jinxing.
We've washed off the save rolls that I usually have.
Last but not least, I can activate my Gut Rippers. 2 attacks each, and I've got 4. +4 to hit, 4 +2.
6 is mortal wounds, so 1 mortal wound immediately. Oh, who are they attacking?
Oh, that's a good point. Banner Boy.
Flag boy.
And I've got 3. That's 1 hit to defend against.
Saved.
To defense.
Now I get to fight. My Annihilator is going to smack your Merknob with a hammer.
Try.
Okay.
Try.
He missed with
That
2
was-
attacks.
that was-
3 up to wound. And he failed to wound.
Yeah, see? Tried and failed.
And the Praetor is going to attack Gut Rip Grog Bimbus.
Brog!
4 attacks hitting on 3s. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. This is all into Brog. So you have 3 saves to make on Brog.
Oh, really? And I've got
2 health.
Oh,
And she
no.
does 2 damage, and you have 3 ups.
3 up saves. Oof. Yes! Nothing! Damn it! Nothing!
I needed that.
You get nothing!
All right.
Good day, sir!
And now we go to round 3.
Willy Wonka reference for anyone who... Gareth appreciates it.
Victory point at the end of your turn.
Yay!
And then we roll off to see who gets first turn.
Me.
So you double turn me. It's
I double
retaliation.
turn you.
So you get 2 command abilities,
Yep.
command points.
You
I
get
get 3.
3.
You
Choice.
can choose to attempt to heal some wounds.
I'm going to attempt that with Brog. Can I do that?
Yep. So you roll 2 dice, and you want to get under your leadership.
7. That's a lot more than 7.
Nothing happens.
Great. Cool.
For my hero ability, I'm going to select my Lord Imperator, and it is his finest hour. He can kill some orcs.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. All right.
Start of combat, you burp on my dude. That's D3
Damn.
mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. He goes to 1 health.
Oh, come on! I attack with him.
Okay.
And finish you off. If I can. 3 attacks. 3
Yep.
plus to hit.
They all hit.
3 plus to wound. 2, 1. Through 2
2
wound.
wounds.
Come on, come on.
1 fails. He's dead.
He's dead! Thank you, Burpee boy.
I'm going to activate my Praetor. I'll just use a command point. She orders herself to hit you better.
Okay. 2.
4 hits, because I ordered
What?
her to hit better.
2 plus?
She hits on, well, she was 3s, and I gave her +1 to hit.
That's all right.
4 hits, wounding on 3s. 4 wounds at -1. Your finest hour is over. You can use a command point to give yourself +1 saves, or you can just take the hits.
I'm going to use the command point.
All right, so you have 3 up saves times 4.
That's 1 wound.
2 damage.
2 damage is dead. But he's not dead, you see. Brog retreats back to his camp to regroup.
Bleeding with halberd strikes at his side.
And he will have his vengeance
He will have his vengeance.
in a future campaign.
Okay.
Subscribe for the future.
The return of
For the
Brag.
return of Brog. I'm going to attack you with my Gut Rippers.
Yes!
While I still have 4 who get 8 attacks.
All into the flagman.
Yep.
No mortals. Oh, 1 mortal.
Boom. That's failed.
Yeah.
That's a fail. So that's 1. He
He
takes
took
1.
1 wound. I'm going to activate my guy who it's his finest hour. So he has 4 attacks hitting on 2. Cool.
That's
Wounding on 2.
okay.
Well, okay.
Okay, that's
2 wounds
two
at -1. So 2 6-up saves. Made one.
One dead.
So one dead. Do you want to get vengeance with your Praetor
Yeah,
now?
I do. 4 attacks. 3+ to hit. Boom. That's 2 mortal wounds.
4 chances to blow up in your face. I do 1 mortal wound back to you, sir. All right, and now...
Turn 3.
This is still turn 3. I'm going to activate my flagman.
Something tells me these turns go
A little bit faster now.
now that there's like less than a 2/3 of
2 wounds at -1.
6+ saves.
4 damage. Gut rippers are dead. I'm going to start consolidating my resources, aka coming for you. Shooting phase, I'm going to shoot you with missiles into your killer boss.
Sure.
I get 3 shots, no hits. Charge phase. I'm going to charge you with my liberators, or my justicars, or whatever they're called.
Charge my burpee boy.
Yes, I get a 7.
You realise what I'm going to do when we're...
Probably burp on me,
I'm going to burp
guessing.
on you so hard, you have no idea.
I'm going to charge with Flagson. He gets 11. He's going to come all the way over here. And then I'm going to charge you with my wizard.
Snake eyes!
I'm going to use a command point to
Oh, come on! Give me something.
re-roll my charge. I've given you a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to charge my Lord Imperator, who gets a 5. All right, combat phase.
Burpee time.
I take a mortal wound. At the beginning of the combat phase, I unleash my arcane bolt into your thing, and I do 3 mortal wounds to you. And then I'm going to choose a unit to activate with, and that is going to be, I'm going to get my 5 guys to stab your 1 dude.
Really honourable move there, Dave.
Yeah, well, you're a dishonorable sort, so we treat you as such. And then it's at -1. Okay. 6 wounds at -1. 1 damage each.
That was all right.
What?
That
And
was
he had
all right.
3 wounds and you made 4. You made 4 of the 6 on a 5-up, so he goes to 1 health.
But he's alive.
Yeah, that's my issue. That's the issue that I'm having right now, is that he's alive.
He's my favourite. He should be a named character. He's going to come back.
He's done great.
Yeah.
I'm going to give myself +1 to my armor.
Sure. That's 1 mortal wound.
How much damage does it do?
2.
So it's 2 mortal wounds. He goes to 5.
And then he goes to
2 wounds.
2 to save.
-1.
Yep.
So 3 ups. Saved.
Bah! Bottom smacking time. That was
They both
That was
miss.
awful. But you know what won't?
You stab.
My little prized shiv. This little guy.
That's
Does
a
the
mortal
6
wound.
count? Yeah.
All right. He's just going to hit you straight back. 4 attacks hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, -1. 2 damage a pop.
5+. Boom, boom.
4 damage.
He's dead. I've 1 guy left.
Yep.
And it's my burpee man. I've got 3 attacks. +3 to hit. It's 1 hit. That's 1 wound.
That's how much damage?
Rend 1, so 2 damage.
You die in the explosion. That's he kills the guy and he explodes.
Burpee boy! That is a win for you, sir.
That is a win for me.
That was a fun game.
And we're going to ask our mini club patrons, what should Brag's next move be?
This is a big one. It's like, just take a moment to soak in. Not only is this episode 1 of a long-lasting campaign that will take many years over different games and build. So go join the mini club and we will put a vote out that will last for a month or so to vote on the next plan for Brag in his army.
And this is going to have big narrative implications because we're going to build stuff around it. We're going to look at building a little map of the area we're fighting
Terrain,
in.
units. Subscribe to Join the Journey. Join the mini club if you want to influence that journey and take part in it and share your journey with us, because that's what the mini club is all about. There's a private Discord. We get to review your minis every month and share our own private journeys as well. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a long video and a fun game, and we'll join you for future.